Hello and welcome to or welcome back to my channel. My name is Tiffany and in today's video we are going to be decluttering half of my eyeshadow palette collection. Hypothetically. I saw Paulina Beauty do this video and I thought it was a super fun take on the typical eyeshadow palette collection videos and thought I wanted to go ahead and do that too since I haven't introduced you to my eyeshadow palette collection yet. I'm just a makeup enthusiast and at the end of every year I typically go through my collection and declutter one or two palettes here and there, and I try to gauge what I might be interested in collecting for the next year. So this year I've picked up in 2021 a few more palettes than I gave myself room for, but that's okay. Today we're going to go ahead and sit down and go through all of them and declutter half. Hypothetically. None of these eyeshadow palettes are going anywhere except back in the drawer or back on the shelf where they belong, and if I do decide to declutter them down the road, you'll be the first to know. So before we continue any further, go ahead and make sure that you are subscribed to my channel and give this video a thumbs up if you like the video. Don't forget to leave a comment down and below in the comments section if you agree or disagree with my choices for what I got rid of and what I kept. And let me know too if you have any of these eyeshadow palettes and how you feel about them. So I will also have in the description box down below Paulina's channel and her video for this, since I thought it was really clever and it was interesting to see what she kept and what maybe I might have kept too, or what I decluttered. I'll also have the creator whom she got this tag from. I'll have them down in the description box as well. So let's go ahead and get rid of half of my eyeshadows, hypothetically. Let's get to some decluttering, hypothetically. Let's start with face palettes. I have 4, so keep 2, get rid of 2, right? I've been using this one a lot lately. This is the Lorac Pirates of the Caribbean palette, and I just love this. I don't really use Star Reader a whole lot, but Destined and Fortune are beautiful highlighters. Bold Spirit is a really pretty glowy blush, and Caribbean and Lost Soul are just beautiful, beautiful matte blushes. This Lost Soul almost looks like a bronzer until you put it on the skin, and then you can see it's just a very subtle pink highlighter. Not highlighter, blush. Really like it. So I'm going to keep this one because this one's really versatile and I love this one. Next, we have, these are all just highlighter palettes. Let's go with this one first. This one's really shiny. This is the Cover FX Perfect Highlighting Palette, and this one is so pretty too. But I don't know. I don't use this glowy bronzer a whole lot because it's a lot heavier than what I would normally reach for. And since I have some glowy blushes already in my collection, I don't know. This color Prism here is really pretty, but I don't know. It's kind of a duochrome, multi-chrome highlighter, very pigmented, but can be sheared out so it doesn't show up like this on the face. But at the same time, I have this here, this Prismatica palette from Becca, and this Refract shade is so pretty too. And so if I had to choose between the two, I think I would choose, because I could use these as interesting blushes too. So between these two, I think I'm going to choose, I did it again. I think I'm going to go with this one. So I'm going to get rid of that one. And I'm also going to get rid of this one. This is the newest one in my collection. This is the Elva palette. The Elva the Elva 2 Odin's Eye Facial Highlighting Palette, and I haven't used it at all yet, but I mean it's pretty, but I haven't used it at all. I haven't felt the pull to it yet, so this is the one I would hypothetically get rid of. So I would get rid of these two, and I would keep these two for facial palettes. All right, let's get into the goodies, the eyeshadows. So I'm gonna try to go ahead and keep it as even as possible while we're doing this, but I know it's going to get harder in some places. So I already see this is on top here. This is my Kaleidos Club Nebula palette, and this is so pretty. I love this a lot. I think that the colors are gorgeous and the mixture of textures is just brilliant. So I would keep this one. This is going in my keep. And that means one to get rid of. I think I would get rid of this one. I like this. I love the color story, but as you can see, it looks practically untouched. I've used it a few times, but I never reach for it. So this one I would let go of. Next, this is one of my newest palettes. Actually, I think this is the newest palette. This is the BH Passion in Paris palette, which I have a tutorial up that I'll link up here for you. And I love this. I'm going to keep this one. This one is keep. To go, I'm going to let this one go. I would let this one go. This one is pretty, and this is my very first high-end eyeshadow palette, and I've got quite a dip in a few of these colors, but I don't reach for this much anymore. My feelings on my perfect neutrals have changed, so I would let this one go. Next, we have this one, the Naked Cherry. While we're in the Naked line, I don't know. I'm not sure about this one. I really like this. This is definitely along more what I would reach for as far as neutrals go for me. And I'm not sure. I think I would keep this one. I'll keep this one. I might change my mind later, but I'll keep that one. One that I definitely would let go is this one. This is kind of an amalgam of a few palettes. This is some from one of the NYX. I think this is the Lingerie eyeshadow palette, and also some of the Too Faced Grand Palais palette from a few years ago, and a couple of singles. I'd let this one go. I would also let this one go. This is the Solomon palette by Odin's Eye Cosmetics, and this is also one of the newer palettes in my collection. I haven't used it yet, but it's just I don't reach for golds and mustards and oranges, and I'd let this one go. One that I would keep, though, is this one. This is my Pat McGrath, one of the two that I own. And even though it does have a bronzy gold color in it, these 5 shadows are just stunning. These are what I would reach for neutrals if I had to grab a palette. I love this one so much. That one would stay. Next, let's get rid of another palette. I think I'm going to get rid of this one. This one is the Urban Decay Smoked palette, and this one is one of the older ones in my collection. And I really do like this. It's pretty, but I just don't wear these smoky colors very often. As you can see, some of them still look pretty new, but yeah, I'd get rid of this one. Meh, it's just okay. I have better formulas in those colors. One that I would keep, let's go with, this is actually harder than I thought it was going to be. Let's keep this one. I'm going to keep this one. This is my Urban Decay Game of Thrones palette, and I just love this so much. I love the quints, I love the formula, I love this palette a lot. I've got quite a bit of a dip in Stormborn. House Lannister's got some wear and tear, and so does Bend the Knee. I love Frozen North, and these highlighter shades over here are just, they're not my favorite, but they're fun, and I like that. So we're going to keep this one. I like that one. Next, I'm going to get rid of my, oops, it already popped open there, my Too Faced Chocolate Bonbons palette. This is the last full Too Faced palette that I have in my collection, and it's just okay. So I would get rid of this one. I just don't love the Too Faced formula enough to keep it. I am going to keep, where was it? Well, I have a full size, I have a brand new Urban Decay Electric palette, but I already have one open, so let's see. I'm trying to find that one here. Oh, there it is, all the way in the back. So this is what it looks like. I love this palette. I love this formula. The neons are fantastic. Fringe is just one of my favorite colors ever. I love this teal. It's so pretty, so shimmery and smooth, and I just love it. So I would definitely keep the Electric Urban Decay palette. I also have a brand new backup of it, so it stays. Okay. Whew. So next we have the Anastasia Beverly Hills Prism palette. It looks like this, and this one's going. There are a few colors in here that I really love. Lure is beautiful, and so is Throne. Sphere is a really fun neon yellow green, but I don't like it that much, so that one's gonna go. Same with the Lorac Pro 2. While I do love the Lorac formula, and I have used this one quite a bit, I want to hit Pan and Nectar and Buff so bad. I don't love these shades here. I don't love the formula of these, but everything else is really nice. I quit reaching for it, so that would go too. Next, we also have this Urban Decay After Dark, and while the color story in here is, it's nice, it's just, I don't know, maybe it's just my mood, but this one goes too. Another one that's going to go is the Arcana by Shroud Cosmetics. There's nothing wrong with the formula. The mattes are okay and the shimmers are okay, but I don't know. This one just goes too. Goodbye. One that I will keep though is this Moon Dust. I love this palette. It's only 8 shades, but there's just something magical about these shimmery shades. Spectre is a really beautiful topper shade, and all of these are just lovely. Lithium and Granite are shades that you can just put all over the lid for a one and done look, and they're just beautiful. This one would stay. Oh goodness, this is kind of tough. Okay, another one that would actually we have here is the, I always reach for the wrong end to open this. We have the, which one is this? The Galactic Gold palette. And this one has, if I can get the little plastic sheet out of there, this one has 2 really beautiful purples, and the rest are these like bronzy gold colors. And while I do love these 2 shades, I don't love the rest of it. I never reach for this palette to begin with, so this one would go. Next we have this one, the Urban Decay Heavy Metals palette, and this one's such a pain in the butt. Okay, so we have this here, and it's got these beautiful shimmery neutrals on this side and these beautiful jewel tones on this side. And it looks like I've not used this a whole ton because I really haven't, but I love the formula. I love the colors. I would keep this. I'm going to keep that one for now, unless I change my mind. So up next I have some BH Cosmetics Baked Shadow Palettes. We have the Supernova here, which is so pretty, but I'm going to let that go. I don't use that a whole lot as it is. Same with Galaxy Chic. This was my first BH Cosmetics palette, and I loved it so much. I've got actually some good dips in these palettes here, so but I think I'd let that go. And last I have the Take Me Back to Brazil palette, which is this beautiful rainbow palette here, and these pans are smaller than typical eyeshadow pans, but it's a really pretty formula, and I've always gotten great looks out of this, but I think I'm going to let that go just for the sake of needing to make quick decisions and pare down. Next we have the Elva eyeshadow palette by Odin's Eye. I did a video on this one too, and I would also let this one go. I just didn't love it that much. Alright, next we have the Urban Decay by Gwen Stefani palette, and again, this is a palette that I used quite a bit of. It's very pigmented. It's a great neutral palette, but I think I'm gonna get rid of this one too. It's just all right. And next we have the Urban Decay Distortion palette. I love this one. I'm gonna keep this one. I just love these mattes. I love the shimmers. I think that some of these are really unique colors to my collection, and I love this row of Transformer duochrome shades at the top, so this one stays. I like that one a lot. We're getting through. Next we have the ColourPop Fine Feathered eyeshadow palette, And I love this little 9-pan. I think it's so pretty. This is definitely, when I think of a neutral for me, this is it. But I think I'm gonna let this one go. And instead, I'm going to keep, do I want to keep this one or the other one? This one or It's My Pleasure? Oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna keep this one and I'm gonna get rid of Ooh La La. And then we have the BH Cosmetics Lost in Los Angeles palette that looks like this. And, ooh, okay, so I'm kind of actually on the fence about this one because there's some really lovely pastels in here and some really beautiful shimmers, but yeah, I'm gonna keep it. All right, next we have a rainbow palette. This is the Urban Decay Full Spectrum palette, and I love it so much. Some of these darker colors up at the top have a little bit of a hard pan to them. They're ones that I don't reach for a whole lot, those couple of colors up there, except Minx. Minx is a beautiful, beautiful blue, and I would keep this one. This one would stay. That would be my rainbow palette that I would keep instead of the BH. I also, ooh, okay, so this one's a tricky one. I'm going to hold off on this one. I'll decide on that one in a little bit. Next, I'm going to grab one of the newest ones to my collection. This is the BH Smitten in Switzerland palette, and I actually have not used this for, no, I have used this for a look. I used Mountain and Mount Rigi. I don't know, I'm sorry. And I've used Montreux. I don't know these Swedish words, I'm sorry. I haven't looked them up yet for pronunciation, but I will. So anyway, I think I'm gonna get rid of this one, even though this one's very pretty and I love those neutral colors in there. I am going to get rid of this one. And let's see. Okay, this one was on my maybe pile, right? No. Wait, which one? Oh, this is my spare. Okay. That one doesn't count because that one's not staying. All right, let's grab these. These are newer to my collection. This is the Ruby May Spiced Latte palette. It looks like this. It's very pretty, but that one will go. And the Peppermint Mocha, that's very pretty too, but that's a maybe actually. All right, let me grab this next pile here. All right, we have the Shroud Cosmetics. It says Strobe, but it's actually Shroud. The Creepy Cute palette, which is this pastel palette right here. And I think I'm going to get rid of this one. Yep, I'm gonna get rid of that one. That one's just okay. I'm gonna get rid of it. This is the Colored Rain Lovelies 6-pan palette, and this one is so pretty. I love this one so much. You know, I'm gonna keep this one. I love this blue. This really pretty mauve color and High Cutie are really beautiful. This is a really smoky gray that's gorgeous, and it's just a unique little color story. I'm going to keep this one. Next, we have this Shroud Divinity palette. This is what it looks like. I've also done a video on this one, and I'm going to get rid of this one. It's not a bad palette. It's very nice, but in the sake of this video, keeping half, that one I'm just going to get rid of. Next, we have the Besame Cosmetics Snow White palette, and it looks like this. It's the plastic makes it really hard to see anything in there. Well, I'm gonna get rid of this one too. It's kind of a similar color story to the Lovelies palette, but I like the Lovelies palette better. Next, we have the Urban Decay and Kristen Leanne palette that looks like this, which I actually haven't used a whole lot. I think I've used maybe once or twice. I don't know about this one. I really love these colors over here and these two here, but I'm not sure about these ones. So, you know what? I like this one. I'm going to keep this one. Next, we have the Tribe by Juvia's Place. And this one is really pretty, but I don't wear these colors a whole lot. So on the fact that more than half of it are colors that I don't reach for or wear, this one's gonna go. It's a beautiful formula, but no thanks. The Saharan 2, this one is actually one that I have used quite a bit because I do like it a lot, especially these colors here. but I think I'm gonna let this one go actually, because I don't reach for any of these, you know, these 4 here, and that's almost half. I don't wear this one a whole lot because again, it's that gold color that I just don't reach for. So we're just gonna, yeah, we're just gonna let that go too. Next we have the Lorac Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Men Tell No Tales palette, and I'm going to keep this one. I love this one a lot. The formula is beautiful. I love these colors. I reach for it quite a bit. I haven't in a while, but I need to pull this back into my rotation. I think I'm going to pull that in for September, but this one is beautiful and I love this and it stays. Next we have the Colored Rain Vivid Pigments and Shadows palette. And this one is a rainbow palette, and it looks like I haven't dipped into it much, but I have used it quite a bit. These are beautiful colors, but the formula is a little bit dry. So, like, it's a little bit on the chalky side when I put my fingers into them, but it's, oop, I'm losing the camera here. But the pigmentation on them is very pretty. I just am not sure. Yeah, that green does not swatch well, but I'm gonna keep it. Everyone needs a good rainbow palette in their collection, and I'm gonna keep that one. All right, here we have, again, one of the newer palettes in my collection that I've purchased this year and haven't even taken the plastic off because I haven't used it. This is the BH Cosmetics Naughty palette, and it is massive, but, oh, I can't even get it's so bright. I think I'm going to keep this one. I don't know why, because, I mean, there's still a few colors that I wouldn't really reach for, but I like this. There's something about this that's just like, I need this in my life. So I'm going to keep this one. All right, next we have the BH Garnet palette. This is the Birthstone palette from January, and I'm going to get rid of this because Garnet is really the only shade in this whole thing that I like anyway. I do like Productive AF. It's just a really pretty color, but it's white with a gold, kind of a gold reflect shimmer in it. And it's not one that I would really, it's going. In this hypothetical situation, it's going. All right, next. Oh, let me reach over here and pull these up. This one is technically singles, but it was a curated collection. This is the Moonwell collection by Divina Cosmetics and Angelica Nyqvist, and I'm keeping this one. I love this so much. These textures are beautiful. I love the duochromes here that were highlighter shades made mini. These 3 right here I can use to create my perfect neutral look. I love the berries and blues. This one stays. Another one that stays is another Lorac palette. This is the California Dreamin' palette, and these soft matte neutrals and these shimmers are just so pretty. I've used the heck out of this and I love it, so it stays also. And another one that stays is the Zulu by Juvia's Place. Yes, I am keeping a Juvia's Place palette. I like them. And the only color here that I do not use is this one up here, this No Name Brown, but all of these other shadows I use either for eyeshadows, and sometimes I'll use these for blushes or a glowy blush. So this one stays too. All right, let me do a quick palette count and we'll get back to the end here. All right, I have 20 in my keep pile and 26 in my to-go pile. So let's pick out 6 that I would keep. I'm going to start off with my singles. I'm going to keep all of these, all 4 of these. These are all of my singles eyeshadow palettes, and I feel like they get to stay because they were specifically chosen and curated by me, and I wanted them for a reason, so all of these get to stay. There's that one. Most of these are, oops, either Luxie Beauty or Divina Cosmetics, and they all get to stay. Oops, there we go. There's this one. Oh, and there's Copacetic Cosmetics in there too. I forgot I had those in there also. But yeah, so this is 4, and all 4 of these get to stay. So now we're at 24, 26. All right, let's pick out 2 more to keep. And I think I'm going to keep the Sugar Pill Fun Size palette. I got rid of the Shroud creepy cute, so I want to have another pastel palette in here. So this one gets to stay. I love this one so much. This one looks unused, but it's so pigmented. I've used it quite a few times. It's just so pigmented that it doesn't take much at all to get a good look. All right, let's pick one more to keep. And I think that one more to keep is going to be, I think it's going to be, oh, this is hard. It's actually going to be this one. This is the, well, is it going to be that one? Let's see. I think it might be this one. It's going to be this one. I'm going to keep this one. This is the Urban Decay Vice 20 Reloaded palette. This was their anniversary palette for their 20-year milestone, and I'm going to keep this one. It's just so pretty and has a lot of nice texture and color, and I'm going to keep that one too. All right, so we have this last little bit here, and let's go with my, oh my goodness, let's go with this one. Let's pick this one first. This is the Graveyard Girl Swamp Queen palette by Tarte, and it has 9 eyeshadows and 3 face shades, and I'm gonna get rid of this one. It's okay, but it's just not my thing. I'm also gonna go ahead and get rid of this Makeup Forever 9 pan. This is the Artist 2. Yeah, the Artist 2 palette, and it has 2 blushes and 7 eyeshadows, but they're just kind of meh shadows for me, so get rid of that one. I'm also going to get rid of this. This is not the Tarte Make Believe in Yourself. This is my, okay, I know that I just said I'm keeping all of those that I curated, but most of these actually came in a mystery bag, and they're shadows that I just felt kind of meh about anyway, so I would get rid of this one. All right, now I think I can pick 3 more to keep. Let's start with this one. I actually haven't used this one yet. This is the Urban Decay Stoned Vibes palette, and I'm going to keep this one because I think I'm putting my faith in this because I've heard so much good things about this, and I want to give it a try, and the packaging is just great. All right, next. This is the ColourPop Bretman Rock Wet palette. It's blues, and they are so pretty. I've not used it. I'm just going to get rid of it. I am going to keep, though, this Pure Trolls palette. This one is just so pretty. There's a lot of good neutrals in here that would make up for the ones that I just got rid of, but there's also some really fun shades over here too, and I really do like this palette as a whole, so I would keep this one. This one gets to stay. I'm also going to keep my Urban Decay Urban Spectrum palette. I love this. This has just some really beautiful colors in it. The formula is not the best, but it is getting a little bit older, but I have never been disappointed with any of the looks that I've created with this, so this one gets to stay. All right, we're getting down to the end here. Juvia's Place, the Violets, the 6-pan palette gets to stay. I love this. The formula is great. The colors are great. I love this. That gets to stay. Now we're just getting down to the small bits. Let's look at this one. This one gets to stay. I love this one. I love this palette. It gets to stay. All right, let me do another quick check, and we'll finish off with these small itty bitties. All right. Whew, the last bits here. Okay, I have 31 and 30. So let's go ahead and finish this up. So this is only 3. We've mostly got my quads left. So I have this trio here. I do need one more, but I sat so long on the fence about what I wanted to put here that Urban Decay has now discontinued these. So I may or may not ever get to fill that pan. So I think I'm gonna let that one go. All right, now we're even. NYX Midnight Chaos. I would keep this. I actually love the looks that I create with this. It is a little bit finicky, but these mattes are beautiful. These topper shades are lovely, and even though this requires a little bit of work with glitter glue, I love this. I'm gonna keep this one. I am going to declutter this one. This one is very pretty, but I would declutter this one. Next, oh my goodness, this is getting difficult. So these are my Makeup Geek quads that I just got, and I love them both. They're very pretty. I would keep both of these. I'm going to keep both of those. And I'm going to get rid of my Natasha Denona Mini Lila because I just, first of all, I don't ever really wear these two shades. And they're just okay. So that one goes. I'm not counting this as a full palette. This is just kind of like half because these are highlighters. But I'm going to get rid of this one too because I don't ever wear it. I don't wear it, so I would get rid of that one too. And this Ruby May Peppermint Mocha, I would keep it. I would keep it. So I get to keep one extra, and that's what I would keep. So we've got Stone Vibes, my special single shadows. I would keep. I've got some minis. I've got my quads. This one's a little bit finicky, but I still love it. I've got a good selection of neutrals and some really good. I've got my rainbow palette. I've got some really good formulas, some brand new that I've not even used, but I still get to keep anyway. Some favorite classics. I've got a good mix of things that I would keep. And if I had to get rid of half my collection, I would be super happy with every single one of these that I get to keep. So now I get to put away this mess and yeah, go about my day. So if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a thumbs up. I will link Paulina's video in the description below. And yeah, that's it for me today. Until next time, take care.